Hey coin enthusiasts, welcome back to Worth Coin Channel where we explore the fascinating world of rare and valuable coins. Today we're diving into the top 5 ultra rare state quarters that every collector dreams of owning. These aren't just your average pocket change, some of these coins are worth thousands. So whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, stick around to learn the stories behind these unique state quarters and discover their incredible value. 1976196 bicentennial quarter. The bicentennial quarter was issued in 1975 and 1976 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. But here's an interesting fact, no quarters were actually dated in 1975. All quarters minted in 1975 and 1976 bear the dual date 1776 to 1976. Why? Because the U.S. Mint wanted to mark this significant event for the entirety of the celebration period. This special issue wasn't limited to just quarters. The U.S. Mint also produced bicentennial versions of the half-dollar and dollar coins. However, it's the quarter that has become one of the most iconic and widely collected. Now, let's talk about the design. On the obverse or front of the coin, we still have the familiar image of George Washington. This hasn't changed from the original design by John Flanagan, first introduced in 1932. But the reverse, or back, is where things get exciting. On the reverse, we see a drummer boy, an image designed by Jack L. H.R., a winner in a national design competition. The drummer boy represents the spirit of independence and revolution. Behind him, there's a torch encircled by 13 stars, symbolizing the original 13 colonies. This patriotic design is what sets the bicentennial quarter apart from other U.S. quarters. With its dual dates 1776 to 1976 and unique reverse design, this quarter stands out as a historical reminder of America's fight for freedom. The U.S. Mint produced the bicentennial quarter at 3 different facilities: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia and Denver quarters don't have a mint mark, while Denver's has a small D under Washington's portrait. San Francisco, on the other hand, struck both proof and silver versions marked with an S. Most bicentennial quarters were made from the typical copper nickel-clad composition, but there were also 40% silver versions minted at San Francisco, which are more valuable today. So how much is your bicentennial quarter worth today? While most of these quarters were heavily circulated, making them common and worth just 25 cents, certain factors can increase their value. First, let's talk about condition. An uncirculated or mint state bicentennial quarter can fetch anywhere from $1 to $5. Proof versions, especially those with the S mint mark, can go for around $5 to $10, and silver proofs can sell for $8 to $15 depending on their condition. Keep an eye out for deep cameo proofs. These are highly reflective and can be worth even more. The highest value bicentennial quarters are typically those struck in 40% silver, particularly in high grades. Some of the top graded silver quarters can sell for upwards of $100 or more. If you think you have a valuable bicentennial quarter, here's what to look for. Check for a mint mark D for Denver, S for San Francisco, or none for Philadelphia. Next, assess its condition. Coins with no wear or those with sharp, clear details will always be worth more. Lowell 2019 State Quarter. In 2019, the U.S. Mint introduced the Lowell National Historical Park Quarter as part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program. This series celebrates national parks and historic sites across the country. The Lowell Quarter is the 46th release in the series and the first coin of the year 2019. The design on the reverse side features a female mill worker representing the mill girls who were vital to Lowell's textile industry in the 19th century. Behind her, you can see a power loom and the iconic Boot Cotton Mills clock tower. This design honors Lowell, Massachusetts as the birthplace of America's Industrial Revolution. Lowell played a major role in the growth of industry in the United States, and this coin is a tribute to that rich history. During the 1800s, the city became known for its mills and factories, employing thousands of workers, many of whom were women seeking financial independence. So this quarter isn't just about a place, it's about the people who shaped the American workforce. Now let's take a look at some technical details. The 2019 Lowell quarter was struck in 3 different U.S. Mint facilities: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia and Denver mint coins bear a P and D mint mark respectively, and these are made for circulation. The San Francisco mint coins have an S mint mark, and they were produced in limited quantities for collectors. There are also silver-proof versions made of 99.9% silver. In terms of mintage, about 228 million Lowell quarters were struck at the Philadelphia Mint and 223 million at the Denver Mint. Proof versions from the San Francisco Mint are much rarer, with only about 1.1 million minted. So the big question, what's the value of this 2019 Lowell quarter? If you have a coin in average circulated condition, it's likely worth just 25 cents, the face value. However, uncirculated coins or those in mint state can be worth more to collectors. An uncirculated Lowell quarter with an MS65 grade could fetch between $1 to $3. Proof coins, especially silver proofs, can be valued. Georgia 1999 State Quarter. In 1999, the United States Mint kicked off the 50 State Quarters program, a series that commemorated each of the 50 states by releasing a quarter featuring a unique state design. Georgia was the 4th state to be honored with its quarter debut on July 19, 1999. This quarter celebrates Georgia's rich heritage, and it came just months after Delaware, Pennsylvania, and New Jersey quarters were released earlier that year. It was an exciting time for collectors. Let's take a closer look at the design of this coin. On the reverse side, you'll see the central motif, Georgia's famous state fruit, the peach. It's a symbol of the state's agricultural abundance and southern charm. Surrounding the peach is a prominent state outline as well as branches of live oak, the state tree of Georgia. At the bottom, there's the state motto, wisdom, justice, moderation, reflecting Georgia's values since the 1800s. And of course, the top reads Georgia with the year it was admitted to the Union, 1788. As always, the obverse side features the classic portrait of George Washington by John Flanagan, which has been on U.S. quarters since 1932. Now, let's talk about where these coins were minted and how it impacts their value. The 1999 Georgia state quarters were minted at 3 locations. Coins from Philadelphia and Denver were intended for circulation, while the ones from San Francisco are proof coins struck specifically for collectors and never meant for everyday use. The proof versions are easily recognizable by their shiny mirror-like surfaces and sharp details. If you find a Georgia quarter with an S mint mark, you're likely looking at a special collector's coin. So what's a 1999 Georgia quarter worth today? The value varies depending on its condition and mint mark. Let's break it down. Most of these coins in circulated condition are worth face value minus 25 cents. However, uncirculated examples in mint state can fetch $1 to $3. Higher graded examples can go for more, especially in top conditions like MS67 or MS68. Proof coins with the S mint mark are worth more, especially in pristine condition. You're looking at around $5 to $10 for a standard proof. But if you have a silver proof version, which was struck on 90% silver, the value increases significantly up to $20 or more depending on condition. If you have a Georgia quarter that's been professionally graded by services like PCGS or NGC, high-grade coins can fetch premiums. For example, a Georgia quarter graded MS69 can be worth $100 or more. Ohio 2002 state quarter. In 1999, the U.S. Mint launched the 50-state quarters program, which ran until 2008. The Ohio state quarter was released on March 11th, 2002 as the 17th coin in the series, celebrating Ohio's rich history and contributions to the nation. The design pays tribute to Ohio's nickname, the birthplace of aviation pioneers, recognizing the Wright brothers and astronaut John Glenn. Designed by Donna Weaver, the reverse side of the coin features an early aircraft, the Wright Flyer, in flight, representing the Wright brothers' first flight in 1903. Below, we see an astronaut, a nod to John Glenn and Ohio's role in space exploration. The state outline of Ohio is displayed in the background, along with the inscription birthplace of aviation pioneers and the date 1803, the year Ohio became a state. Like the other quarters in the series, the obverse features a portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan, with the words United States of America, Liberty, and God We Trust in the coin's denomination, $quarter. Let's talk about mintage numbers. The Ohio state quarter was struck at 3 different mints, Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Philadelphia mint, no mint mark, 217,200,000 coins. Denver mint, D mint mark, 414,832,000 coins. The quarters minted in Philadelphia and Denver were intended for general circulation, while the ones from San Francisco were struck in limited numbers for collectors as proof coins, including a 90% silver version. Now, let's get to the part you've been waiting for, the coin's value. If you have an Ohio quarter from your pocket change, don't expect it to be worth much more than its face value, unless it's in pristine condition or has some unique characteristics. In circulated condition, Ohio state quarters from the Philadelphia and Denver mints are generally only worth their face value of 25 cents. But if you find one in uncirculated condition or have a high-grade example, the value increases. Let's break it down further. Circulated condition P or D, 25 cents. Uncirculated Mississippi 60 to MS65, $1 to $3. MS67 up to $20. Silver proof S, $10 to $15. Clad proof S, $2 to $4. High-grade coins, especially those graded MS67 or higher, can sell for upwards of $20 or more at auction. The silver-proof version is particularly desirable for collectors, with values ranging from $10 to $15 depending on condition. 1999 Connecticut state quarter. In 1999, the U.S. Mint began the 50 state quarters program, an ambitious initiative to release commemorative quarters for each state. These quarters were minted between 1999 and 2008, with each design showcasing something iconic about the state it represented. The Connecticut state quarter was one of the first coins to be released in the series, and it entered circulation on October 12, 1999. Let's dive into the design, history, and of course its value today. The design of the Connecticut quarter is a tribute to the state's rich historical heritage. On the reverse side, you'll see a large, sprawling charter oak tree. This design was created by artist T. James Farrell and commemorates the charter oak, an important symbol of American independence. Legend has it that in 1687, the tree was used to hide the original Connecticut colonial charter, protecting it from being confiscated by the British. So this quarter isn't just about a tree, it represents the state's defiance and fight for self-governance. The inscriptions include the words Connecticut, the charter oak in the year 1788, which marks the year Connecticut became the 5th state. Now let's talk about the coin's technical details, or as we collectors like to say, the specs. Minted year 1999. Weight 5.67 grams. Diameter 24.26 mm. Composition: the coin has a copper core clad with a layer of nickel. Mints, the Connecticut quarter was produced at 3 different U.S. mint facilities. Philadelphia P mint mark, Denver D mint mark, San Francisco S mint mark for proof sets. These mint marks can be found on the front of the coin just below Washington's portrait. How many of these quarters were made? Here's a breakdown by mint. Philadelphia Mint P 688,744,000. Denver Mint D 657,880,000. San Francisco Proof S 3,713,359 clad proofs and 804,565 silver proofs. This makes the Connecticut quarter relatively common in circulation, but the value can vary depending on its condition and rarity. All right, here's what you've been waiting for. What's the Connecticut quarter worth today? Circulated quarters in circulated condition. These quarters are generally worth face value about 25 cents. But if you have an uncirculated or high-grade coin, the value goes up. Uncirculated mint state a Connecticut quarter in mint state MS condition can range from $1 to $3 depending on the grade. Proof versions, proof quarters from San Francisco S Mint, especially silver proofs, can be worth significantly more. Clad proofs are generally valued at around $5 to $8, while silver proofs can go for $10 to $15 or more, depending on the condition and demand. For high-graded MS65 or better, Connecticut quarters can fetch up to $30 or more, especially if they're certified by a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC. So what makes a Connecticut quarter worth more than another? Here are a few key factors to keep in mind. The higher the grade, the higher the value. Coins with no wear, sharp details, and original luster are the most sought after. Some collectors may seek specific mint marks, like proof coins from San Francisco, which are more valuable than their circulated counterparts. Watch out for rare minting errors such as double dies, off-center strikes, or missing clad layers. These can increase a coin's value significantly, sometimes up to $100 or more, depending on the error and condition.